Hi there, it's Tania from Tatty Treasures. Thank you for joining me today, and hello to any new subbies. You'll find in the description box below the materials that I use, any links, my Amazon storefronts on there and my Amazon wish list, and there's all the places where you can find me or get in touch with me and ways to support this channel. So today we are doing another Edith Holden project using, I've been doing some spraying which was in the vlog that I've just filmed. Yeah, we're going to make some envelopes with the Edith Holden papers. Now these are the papers from Nature Notes, not the Country Diary. They're still beautiful, but they're not as beautiful. But what I do like about them is they've got a great colour. Love the colour of the text, and they're really nice quality paper, and they're perfect for envelopes and things like that. So you all know that I've got a punch board, an envelope punch board. My eyesight is terrible. That reminds me I've got the wrong glasses on. And I find it really difficult to see the markings. I have marked the 6x6 papers to do them with, but and I'm fine doing that. But yeah, I can't do everything 6x6, and I can't mark everything. Otherwise I'm not going to know which marking's which. So I wanted to make some envelopes. I do make a lot of my envelopes like that, because I think they're fine, but I thought we'll have a go at some other envelopes. So what I've done is I've cut out, these are ready for doing the botanical series, so I've cut out loads of different kits, and I've just pulled out some different envelopes, and we're just going to draw around them. Yeah, that's it really, and then we're going to decorate them up. So I'll just get my paper trimmer out, because we will need it for some of them. So let's start with this one. So what I'm going to try and do is get this block of text in the middle ish, and obviously I need to get all the bottom in, so I would say that is fine. Hopefully it's straightish. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw around it. Now I have printed all these envelopes on 200 GSM, so if there was any thinner I think it would be a bit difficult to draw around them. Perhaps they'd be too floppy. I do keep saying that I'm going to print some out on a lot heavier card and make them into actual templates, but as yet I haven't got around to that. So that's one. We'll do another one in this. So I think I'm going to go right to that edge and probably to about there, so that the flap is all white, well, cream. So I'll go around. Yep. But because I've done it in pencil, it doesn't matter. I don't think I've done that very straight. Like so. Yeah, it's a bit lopsided, but it's fine. So that's that one. Then we've got some like coin envelopes. So I'm thinking get the flap that it's plain. So I'm going to do that about there. Okay. I know that I haven't done it straight, but I probably won't cut it straight anyway. Again, well, oh, that's nice. We'll do the same there. So that's 2 of that one. And we've got this little envelope. Don't think I'm going to use, oh, I'll do that there. Yeah, it's not going to really fall right, but that's okay. Yeah. Oh, goodness me. Who would think drawing around something would be so difficult? So that's that's that. And we'll do another one. Yeah. And then the next one, the bigger envelope, it doesn't fit on a single page. So I'd got some double pages. So I'm going to do those on that. Oh dear. So that's that one. And then I've got this. So what I thought is that flap there, if I line that up with the middle of the page, then that can be the flap. Let's go up this way. Should have gone a bit further down really, so that the flap was, mind, I think it still would have had some writing in, to be honest, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to be covering it. I think I'm going to have to get my rubber and cut out all these these whoopsies on my things. So that's that one. And then we've got this one. I think I'm going to do that there, and then have that line going across the flap. So I think that's about straight. Is that it? Ish. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm going to get just another 2 sheets out, which I thought I'd done, and do the envelopes that I normally do. So I am going to, these just don't fit under here. I always have to just take a little bit off the length to get it to fit lengthways. So I'm going to cut it there and cut it there, because I know that makes a nice size envelope. Cut that, and then cut that there, and that one there. So that's that. I don't need the cutter for anything else. So with these ones, we want a flap. So that's going to be, now let's think how I'm going to use these envelopes. I would probably use them that way. So that's a top flap. And then I would bring that up and leave a bit of a gap so we can get in it. Yep. So that's that one. Don't know how straight that is. Should have, could have got my scoreboard out, my little diddy one. So let's get this out and just have a look. How straight that is or not. Yeah, it was just off a little bit. Oh, it's not very good. It's a bit pointy. So that's that one. Like so. And we'll do this one. So I'll do the flap at 1 inch and 1/8. Like so. And we'll fold that up like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause and I'm going to get cut all around those, and I'll link around them all as well. And then I shall come back to you. See you in a little while. Okay, I've cut all around them, so we'll link a few up. I'm going to use the vintage photo. Been saying that I'm going to try the tea dye distress ink when this vintage photo stops working. I did think that it had come to the end of its life, but yeah, it seems to have come back to life again. But the felting on the top isn't great, so but I'll keep going with it. I'm not buying another ink until this one's well and truly over. But yeah, I thought I'd try the tea dye one for Edith Holden, because I do like it. I like the aging on it, but I don't want it too dark. So the other two ink colours I use is the Gathered Twigs and, oh gosh, I forgot the other one. Oh, what is that? Come on. Walnut Stain. So I like those for the more botanical ones, and the darker ones go better over the craft paper and things like that. So I do like those colours for that. But yeah, I'd kind of stopped using the vintage photo for a while, because I was doing a lot of botanical things, so I was just using the darker two and only using this one when I do Edith Holden. But to me, I must have had this ink pad a good 2 years now, and yeah, it keeps going. But I do store mine upside down, so I do think that helps. So I'm just creasing them down a bit more. I have gone over them with a bone folder, so I just got all these edges just to give it a bit more interest and hide any imperfections. I cut them out pretty well. I had to like snip off some of the lines and stuff like that, but yeah, they've gone okay. They all fit together well. So after I cut them out, I just used the little score mat and just scored around them. So none of them look too wonky, luckily. So obviously you can do these on any book pages. They don't even have to be book pages. You can do them on a digital or scrapbook paper, whatever you're doing. And it doesn't have to be in Edith Holden theme. And make these for whatever other project you are doing. Have you started crafting again this year, or are you having a good tidy round of your craft room and getting yourself organised and things like that? I've been organising bit by bit since doing the winter theme stuff, the blue stuff. So all that went away and started getting all the botanical stuff out. And while I was searching for the botanical things, you know, going through the laces and string and all the rest of it, I've tidied everything out kind of thing. I've made myself a bit more room to the left of me. If you did see either on my Patreon site or on one of the vlogs, I did show that at the side of me I've got like two little sets of drawers, very much like what you'd have at the side of your bed, that kind of size. And they're really very inexpensive from IKEA. They're just made of like a mesh. They're not, you know, hardcore at all. You have to be quite careful with them, but the tops are sturdy enough. So I use the drawers for my dream catcher things, so like my ribbons and things like that. And they used to live under my desk. And then I thought, oh, what a waste of, you know, the top of the drawers. So I got them out and soon filled the top of the two. So I've got my tray on there, what's got all my labels and stickers and things like that, ready to either put the whole tray on my desk or just, you know, grab whatever I want. And then on the other one, I've put like baskets, what's got like trims and laces and strings and stuff, which is for the botanicals, not just any kind of, you know, any colour. And I've got one of those magazine rack things on there, what's got A4 folders inside, what's got the digitals in them. Backing papers. When I've thought of things, you know, that, or perhaps I want to do, you know, a botanical file folder or whatever, so I've then put a file folder in there. I've put a couple of big envelopes and things like that. So that was there. So I hadn't actually got any room, because those two was, you know, covered. But we'd got a third set, what Eleanor had it in her bedroom, which she no longer needs. So I brought that in yesterday. And so I've got an actual side with nothing on it. So, which means then when I'm videoing, I've got somewhere to either just put things down, or I can put the things that I'm going to use on there, so it's just easier to pull out, and it keeps my desk bit where I'm filming clear, so it doesn't look so much of a mess. And yeah, I've started putting things in the drawers. I was thinking at first, oh well, I'm not going to use the drawers, I don't need them, but I've put things in the drawer because there's 3 drawers in them. So I've put things that I can do on my vlogs, like little jobs and things, in one of the drawers, and in the other drawer I've got all these book pages from the Edith Holden to do videos with, and anything that I've come across I've just popped in there. And then in the other drawer I have put the bits in for doing the bow bunny, the mass makes. So yeah, soon use those up, but they're not bursting, there's only odd bits in, but yeah, I've put like bits of ephemera that I could use with the bow bunny and stuff, so I can just get that one drawer out, and the drawers are dead easy to pull out and stuff. And then underneath this kind of a gap, so I've been able to put some other folders under there, so it's kind of made the side of my desk where I've got like little cubby hole things, everything's a lot more accessible. So for now that works for me, because I had been on and on about having a craft trolley, but I don't think I need one, not at the moment, I don't anyway. So these two I am going to round the corners, because I just think that looks nice, and I'll just catch the corners again with the ink. It's better. So I'm just catch the corners with the ink. So that's those two done. Might as well just bring this back in actually. I think that's probably my Amazon delivery that Colin's barking to. Oh, I never told you, did I? Ryan took him out. I think it was Boxing Day. Oh yeah, after I'd finished work, because I finished at 1. So he took him for a walk, and about an hour after he rang and he said, you're going to have to get the bath run and get some towels like downstairs at the door, because it fell in the canal. Not Ryan, Colin. And Ryan said he was walking a little bit in front of Colin, and he like looked back and realised that it fell in the canal. And he's not the brightest of dogs, and he's very anxious and nervous and stuff, so he does tend to just panic, which makes him then a bit of a klutz. But yeah, he managed to get himself out of the canal, and it had a coat for Christmas. I mean, we'd give it him before Christmas because it was cold, and luckily Ryan hadn't bothered putting it on that morning, because I think, you know, if that had got wet as well, it would have made him quite heavy. Right, I'm just getting a punch out because I want to just punch, because these are like coin envelope type things, so just try and get the middle-ish. So yeah, it was about an hour's walk away, so you know, it took him another hour to get back, and obviously dried him off first when he got in, just to, you know, make sure he was warm before chucking him in a warm bath, and he had to get him bathed and stuff. And then when he came out, you know, I've had that brand new furry blanket for Christmas, and yeah, I wrapped him up in it. I could have not. So yeah, it's his favourite now, that blanket. But yeah, so the following day when he went up the garden, because we've got the pond, I was watching him from the kitchen window, and he was looking at the pond quite sheepishly. So I'm actually glad, because that it's, well, I'm not glad it's made him nervous, but you know what, because he then stayed away from the pond, because if it's dark and he goes up there, I stand at the back door, and if I can't see him for a second, I run up there, because I'm a bit nervous. But I mean, he has got webbed feet. That, you know, those kinds of dogs are supposed to be good swimmers, but like I say, he's unpredictable. You never know what way is going to be. Yeah, if his anxiety gets too much of him, he just goes to pieces. But his breed, Weimaranas, they are, anxiety is a big part of their kind of breed. But I can remember, you know, when we kind of decided that that was the dog that we wanted, because we was torn between having a Vizsla or a Weimaraner, and you know, we read up on the personality traits and things like that. And I remember reading, you know, anxiety and just thinking, oh yeah, it'll just be, you know, if he did have that about him, it would be a very small part of his character. But actually it's a very, very big part of his character. And all the barking and that he does is out of fear, rather than so when we take him like for a walk and stuff and he sees other dogs, he tends to, you know, really bark at them or act as if he is going to like attack them, when he's just doing it because he's actually just trying to scare them. Well, you know, sometimes that can backfire. Luckily he's not. I think he was in a little scrape with me once, and I think he has been with Ryan, but luckily, because you know, all he'd have to do is choose the wrong dog. Yeah, so yeah, that was a little bit, well, it made me really anxious then. And I was saying to Ryan, don't walk in front of him, make sure he's in front of you, leaving him like that. So, but anyway, it was fine. But then I obviously worried, had he, you know, drank some of the water? Is he going to be poorly? So I kept waking up in the night and checking him like you do a baby. Right, that's all those done. So before I decorate, what I need to do is decide how am I going to actually be using these envelopes. So some of them, this probably isn't big enough to show you, but some of them I will stick them in like that, and there's a pocket behind and that's open. So that one's decorating just on the back. Then I could stick this round like so that would want decorating, and maybe just a bit of something on there, but it would want decorating portrait rather than landscape, so I shall put that there. Then this style, again, I could have it like that and like that, so I'll have that one there, and the same with this one, I'd have that way, or if I clipped it in just with a paper clipper, again, I would clip it that way, so I'll have that one like that. The coin envelopes, I would probably put those in pockets, so I think I would do the fronts of those. So that's those two. The little ones, I would again probably have it as a pocket and clip it in, so we'll have one that way and one that way. And again, the same with now how big are these? I'm going to have those both as side ones, because I think they're probably going to be too big for most journals. So that's that, because it's wasting time having all this ephemera, and then, sorry if I just snapped the camera, and then not being able to use it. So I'm just putting that journal back. What I will finish off this year when I start on my unfinished projects. So those all won't be in that way. So let's have a think how we can decorate them, because I don't think we're going to want to over decorate them. I quite like that, just on there. And maybe just a bit of lace or something. a big one. Yeah, I do like that. What else is there? So that's the biggest envelope, isn't it? So use that on there. I love that pink one. Now I could use it further down, so you could flip it in and out. I like that for the small one. I don't think I quite like it for the big one. I think I would just have it half on and half not. So if that's stuck down, yeah, that would bend easy enough for that. I think that would make it a little bit difficult. Nice little buttercup. Yeah, I'll probably go something like that. Not, you know, greatly exciting or anything, but not everything has to be, you know, if you've got a fancy tag at the top of it, don't really want to be drawing his attention downwards. It is really just a pocket to hold something inside and something over the top. So just try and ink around these. So that's that. So I'm just going to pop glue on the top part and then open it up and pop that on. And I'll just leave that to dry a minute. So that's that. I will put a bit of something else on it. So this one is going to go, that would probably be better just to the side. So I'll just get the bottom bit. Okay, leave that to dry a minute. And then do like the two together. Quite like them there. So I'll put that one down first. Like so. And that one. So that's those three. I'll just give that a little bit more of a burnish down. And say that bone folder that you get, they're not really great for actually burnishing down. What's that? It's a shame because that's a lovely front. Should have actually thought about what the fronts look like and that before I decided which ones to use, but it really doesn't matter. So that's that. And that's that. Right, let me just grab some lace. this one first. So I could put just a bit over there, or a bit there. No, I'm not liking that. I don't know if it's the colour or because that was a bit beigey. I think this one's a bit more peachy. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, I like that. So to stick that on, I'm gonna put it this way. Like that. Gonna make sure that bit's straight at the end, and then I can cut that off. I'm just gonna bring it just a little bit down from the crease, and obviously with inking it does help you then be able to see ends, edges. I'll just cut that off. Try and cut that off there, and then I shall leave that to dry before I trim it. Right, let's have a look what's next. I should have made some clusters or something. That would have been nice. That's beautiful. Oh, I like that there. That's really nice. Right, so I'm going to put some down the edge. Go to about there, because I can always poke my glue stick in to get the end bits. So I'll just place that there. Let me just bring it down, and then I won't have to trim that top bit. That's it. Right, I'll leave that to dry. But I'm going to keep that like that. I think I'm going to just put a little bit of glue there, because you could always pop a ticket or something, or even like a cigarette card in the lace. So I will leave that to dry a minute. I don't think we'll want a lot on this. Don't think I made any clusters, did I, on the 3 and 15? Some button clusters. I think I might use the browner one on this one. Let's have a... Yeah. Did I run that across the top on the other one? Yeah. There's not a lot of option, is there, with this small one, really. So just coming down from where it's been inked. So just chop that bit off. That's that. I leave that to dry a minute. Then I shall cut round this, cut it so I can see the underneath. That's that side. And that side. So that's that one. I say I can always add to it as, you know, as you use it, a bit of a word or something, but that's fine to put in my Edith Holden stash. And we'll cut this one off. So that's that one. So I was thinking, you know, something like that, what you can then take out. I like that. So that's that one. I could do with a bit more ink on that side. And the next one, I'll just trim that off. And we shall leave it at that for today, and then I'll come back and do the other ones another day, because it's been quite a long video. And I'm getting ready to have a cup of tea and just have a bit of a walk around the house before I start seizing up. So let's just pop that in there, and that's that one. So thank you for joining me, and I shall put the follow-up video on tomorrow, and because there's quite a few 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I've got quite a few to do on those, and I'll probably do them with the bigger fussy cuts and do a little bit of collage and things like that. Probably won't use any lace, but I think soon I'm going to do some little clusters and things, because they do come in very handy, don't they, for decoration. So we'll do some white lacy, well, cream lacy ones, and with buttons on and things. Right, so I shall see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Bye.